Hello and welcome to a video with me, Winner and Traits, with another video of Weekly Andrew, in which this week I actually have anime to talk about considering this beginning of the end of the season, so I of course have more anime to talk about, because, well, I basically always kind of go over all the anime that's ending, just kind of give my general opinion at the very least of it, so yeah. So for this week, I got 5 anime, plus also Lessons in Love, which I finally got around to playing this week. I only got the first half, part 1 of the update done, so yeah. So, just going to go ahead and get straight into anime, starting off with Rent-A-Girlfriend, in which, yeah, it's Rent-A-Girlfriend. That's all I'll say there, but I did kind of get spoil myself a bit when it comes to like Mami's backstory, which kind of made it where I don't really completely hate her anymore, and more have more of a neutral standpoint for her. It's not I don't really like her, but I also don't really hate her anymore. And with her whole backstory there, it's like you can sympathize with that a bit, I guess, but it still doesn't excuse her from being complete the complete bitch that she is. So, yeah. And also another thing here, the best characters in this anime are the grandparents, easily, without question for me. Grandparents are easily the best ones here. And also Kazuya, I'm just going to kind of rant about him just a little bit right here, right quick. And well, overall, I'd say when it comes to just trying to explain what Kaisi is like, basically, here, he's basically on a treadmill running backwards on it. So the only times that he's actually going forward is whenever he actually stops, or at least slows down on the treadmill. That's basically what he is. He's basically doing. He's constantly running backwards, so he's not actually going forward on this treadmill, basically, or something. Kind of hard to explain, but yeah. If he did nothing, he'd move forward, basically. But he's not, and instead he's running backwards to stay in the exact same spot all the time. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure I kind of already know this whole thing when it comes to Rent-A-Girlfriend and the fact that it's literally never going to advance and actually have any kind of progression at all, because Reggie literally refuses to actually do anything with it, basically, and just continues resetting everything all the time or something. But at very least, I can tell with the third season that's now been announced already. At the very least, I can kind of tell that the movie arc is definitely actually the peak of the anime, which kind of makes me a bit conflicted a bit, considering I was kind of wanting to just end Rent-A-Girlfriend with this season, hoping that the peak of the anime, peak of it would be in this season, but nope, it's going to be next season. So I'm kind of a bit conflicted if I actually want to watch that or not. Considering if I'm going to quit watching Rent-A-Girlfriend, it should probably be where it gets to its best point, I guess. Which I don't know how long that movie arc's going to be when it comes to the third season. Like if it's going to just be like the first 6 episodes or something, I'm not really sure. But if it ends up covering 12 episodes, then I guess they'll be kind of bearable, I guess. Maybe, I'm not sure. But I'm just going to kind of talk about Torechi, the author of Rent-A-Girlfriend, for a bit right here, and kind of rant about him a bit. Okay? This thing's basically never going to end, purely because he refuses to make any kind of plot progression or anything here, which is not going to change at all because he's basically fallen in love with Chizuru, his own creation, a fictional character, which you can kind of clearly see that he has, considering he's literally said that Chizuru is his girlfriend on Twitter and things, acting like she's actually kind of real or crap. And he's doing all this despite the fact that he has a wife and kids. At least I think he has kids. I'm not exactly sure, but I know he has a wife. And I also kind of think, I'm not exactly sure on this, but I think he may not actually even live with his family there, with his wife and kids. Not sure on that, but I know he has a wife and most likely kids as well. And yeah, I don't think he's actually living with them. And he's gone and fallen in love with this fictional character that he created. Yeah, I think there's something wrong in his head up here, you know? And to be honest, it's not really that surprising, I guess, kind of, considering this is Japan, and they don't really care about mental health very much over there. Or at least there's not much awareness of it. So, yeah, should probably get some help with that. But he most likely won't, considering, well, mental health's not really a thing that people care about in Japan, and just mainly due to the fact that there's no awareness of it, I guess. But yeah, Reggie, seriously, I think needs some help there. But yeah, I'm just going to move on so I can just get past Reggie Girlfriends, because I honestly really don't like it at all. So, next thing up is Vermilion Gold, in which this anime was decent at best, I would say. And the best thing in it was the fan service, considering the majority of everything that was in this anime was cliche, at the very least. And I think, for the most part, all the side characters may as well not even exist, considering they're basically just there and didn't really have much importance to the story at all, to be honest. And, yeah. I don't really have much else to say, besides the fact that Vermel did absolutely nothing wrong when it comes to her backstory there. She did nothing wrong. So, yeah, I don't actually really have anything else to say for Vermel and Golds now. So, moving on, I guess, to Jashin-chan, which I barely have anything to say about either, considering, well, it's Jashin-chan. Not really much different from the previous two seasons we've had. And, well, each season kind of has a bit of a tourism arc, I guess, kind of. And kind of promoting different areas of Japan. This season, of course, has it and ends up being like 4 episodes or something, which kind of made it not very good. So, yeah, that was the low point of this season, was that whole tourism arc. Sure, it's promoting things, but it kind of got a bit dull after having it go on for like 4 episodes, going into different places through Japan. Different place for each episode there. But, yeah, I guess kind of big thing for this season was the collab with Hatsune Miku, where she has cameo appearances in each episode. So, yeah, that was the thing here. But overall, it's good, like the previous two seasons. Not great, I'd say, but eh. One other thing I guess I'll say is the fact that, if you didn't know, this entire anime is completely crowdfunded by fans, just like the previous two seasons, and if there's a fourth season, it will probably, I'm pretty sure, it will also be entirely crowdfunded by fans. Considering it's kind of the whole thing with this anime, to be honest, is the fact that it's entirely crowdfunded by people. So, yeah, don't have anything else to say for Jashin-chan, so moving on to Tsurekano, or My Stepsister is My Ex-Girlfriend, in which this was okay. I don't really have much else to say, hey there, it was just okay. And the whole relationship between Misato and Yume basically breaking apart there at the beginning and everything, with the backstory between them. To be honest, it was quite realistic, I think, because it was basically just due to lack of communication. Mostly, I guess, kind of. I'm not exactly sure. But yeah. Of course, they're going to eventually end up back together again or something. And also, Yumi's parents embrace the whole incest side of things when it comes to being a stepsister, considering she doesn't want to win Mizuto as Ai and now wants to do it as Irido. So yeah, I guess we kind of embraced the stepsister thing a bit. Which is a bit weird, but okay, I guess. Though Yumi is not really the best girl, I'd say. Considering I'd say Higashira is the best girl in this anime. Considering that she's just good. Not really much else to say there, I guess, kind of. But I definitely prefer Higashira over Yumi. But, yeah. Don't have anything else here to say, so moving on to the last anime I actually had to talk about this week, which is Harem in the Labyrinth of Another World. And yeah, this was basically just fan service and nothing else, to be honest. And also, for an anime with harem in its name, it sure took quite a while for it to become an actual harem, considering you only got the second girl in episode 11 and only really actually became a harem in episode 12, the final episode. And the very last few minutes, basically, it just fast forwarded and got all the other girls. So yeah, probably not going to be a second season, considering that it kind of just sped through all the rest of the girls in the last minutes of the episode there. So yeah, probably no season two. And my biggest complaints and things that were actually in the anime would be the first time between Michio and Roxanne, considering that kind of just felt a bit too rapey. It would have been better if he at very least waited a day at the very least before going and doing that. But, whatever, I guess. but overall, the biggest complaints when it comes to anime overall was the fact that it did have actual world building and everything. Actually doing world building and everything here, but it didn't actually put it into use at all. And from my knowledge, it doesn't ever put any of that world building to actual use because there's no actual story. So yeah, personally, I think this thing could actually have a pretty good story on top, considering the world building it has, on top of everything else that already is. And that could have been even better. But nope, no story at all, basically. So, yeah. That's honestly my biggest complaint is the fact that there isn't actually a story, despite the fact that it does actually have its world building, which is weird. But yeah, I guess that's that done, I guess. So that's all the anime I had to talk about this week. In which, yeah, I guess I'm just going to go ahead and move on to Lessons in Love and cover that stuff, considering, well, version 25 part 2 has been released this week. So yeah, I got to continue playing this, considering I only actually got part 1 done this week. So yeah. When I actually started, then it kind of confusing me because of the fact that I play the game on itch.io, and for some reason Syllabus has started in the development logs on there, started putting the supporters version stuff there instead of just having the public version like you used to. Considering previously it was only ever the public version that was shown on itch.io in the development logs. But now it's doing supporter, showing this, announcing the supporter versions when those are released. So it kind of got me confused on which version was actually released, considering currently version 26 part 1 is available, I think. But 25 part 2 only just became public. So it kind of got me confused there a bit. So, eh. But yeah, 25 parts 1 was basically just continuation of the main story and starting off chapter 3, and then part 2 is the first of the character events that we get, which I haven't actually gotten around to and will be doing over this next week. But main story events that were added in part 1. It basically starts off where we left off, of course, where you are with INA, going up to the school roof during the third reset, I think it is. And we go up there to find that Maya is not up there, despite the fact that she's always up there, but supposed to always be there. And after a bit of searching around, and we end up eventually finding in her dorm room, and well, for some reason, INA cannot actually see Maya. So that raises some questions about how some stuff works here. But get past the whole reset and everything here and get back to normal, basically. We kind of have a club reassignment thing or something. And, well, mostly the soccer team basically gets completely axed because it's not useful anymore. I'm guessing other clubs that we never actually heard of also get axed and shit, but whatever. The only one that actually matters is soccer team club there. And yeah, for some reason, apparently absolutely everyone actually has to be clubs, which is probably just for a story, I guess. But yeah, other students go change clubs and things like Rin going from manga club to the music to be with Otaha, in which Chica also goes to join the music club, so that'll make things quite interesting there. So yeah, some of the other clubs are a bit interesting considering who's in them now. But yeah, that's for the most part all that this whole thing was when it comes to the main story. And part one was just the reset and then club redistribution thing or whatever. That's all it really was basically. And yeah, I kind of also went through and looked at the stuff that was done in the rework that has been going on. Looked at the new events that was added, considering there are a bunch of events that were redacted and some straight up deleted, and just ones that are also completely new. So yeah, went through and looked at all the new events there, considering those are now canon. So probably should look at them very least. So yeah. And one of those actually has to where some of the glitches there with the hexadecimal stuff. From what I can tell when I was translating that, is basically saying that, why are you looking at this? Why did you go through the effort of translating this? And also, fuck you. That's basically what I think he was saying or something. So, yeah. And it took me a while to translate those hexadecimals, considering there's quite a bit there, considering how long that was. But yeah, I got Lessons in Love done there. Just got to do part 2 this week and go through the character events that were added. And then after that, probably play again, because at that point there's probably going to be another update for me to play. Yeah. Seriously, how in the world does Subulus actually manage to put out an update every 2 weeks like this? When there's so much content in each update? How? I just don't understand how he gets so much content out every 2 weeks. But yeah, got all that done. So moving on. I guess I'll kind of talk a little bit about Noble Subathon a bit, considering, well, I did not actually see this Subathon coming, considering I don't think I have seen him mention this Subathon at all. So yeah, his whole Subathon he got going on right now completely took me by surprise. But yeah, crab game, Fall Guys, got to those sub goals for it, in which I of course played those and recorded them, and I think I'll be uploading those videos over the weekend. Fall Crab game on Saturday, Fall Guys Sunday, I think. Fall Guys will probably end up having more editing, considering kind of want to cut out the waiting time. But yeah, due to the whole Subathon Nobles doing, it kind of catching me by surprise there. I kind of took away my time a bit. Didn't get to do other stuff, considering I still haven't done a fucking stream. Ugh, I seriously need to start streaming. I really do. Need to get back to that, considering I think it's been nearly 2 months now since I last streamed. Also, I think I'm not going to really be even talking about this stuff back here anymore, considering still nothing at all has been done. So, yeah. Just going to start ignoring that and only ever mention again when it's actually done. So, yeah. Guess I'll talk about Ni no Kuni for a moment, right quick. Um, level 84 now. Just one more level and I'm level 85. And yeah, I have completely finished the Glittering Grotto at this point. I'm now actually in the Burning Desert grinding away at soul stones, I guess. Though I have no intention of actually fully grinding everything. Because there's not much points in doing that anymore. But yeah, definitely need to stream Ni no Kuni and move the story forward, considering it's a bit of a pain going to the Burning Desert right now, because I have no way to actually teleport there. Do fast travel to the Burning Desert. I have to go to the Southern Heartlands and then walk over to it manually, which is annoying. But yeah, hopefully I can finish Ni no Kuni sometime within next month, maybe. Who knows? If I can level up quick enough, probably, I guess. But yeah, I don't exactly have much else to talk about. So yeah, I guess that will be the end of this video. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.